I'm going to share with you a different way to think about outfit formulas that will allow you to become more creative with the clothes you already have in your closet. It's going to help you discover your personal style and really figure it out. And it's also going to help you stop buying things that you can only wear or style one way. Say, for example, you have an outfit formula that is jeans and a button-up and a belt. This is great. There's nothing wrong with this. It's actually my favorite springtime outfit formula. And there's nothing wrong with building outfit formulas or having a uniform in this way. You know, you can swap out the shirts and the jeans for different silhouettes, different washes, different colors, different textures even. But what if that starts feeling too prescriptive? Eventually, we might want to change up our style a little bit and inject some novelty. But how do we do that without overspending and without over shopping and buying a bunch of things that we can only wear with that one uniform? Here's where the concept of elements of style comes in. And I know you must be so tired of hearing me go on and on about elements of style. For that, I apologize, but also not really, because it's kind of a game changer and I will die on this hill because I really think this concept will change the way you see your clothes. I've got an entire course about it. I'll leave it in the description box below, and you can also find it on like my main homepage of my YouTube channel. Here's a quick crash course in case this concept is new to you. Elements of style are things like proportion, silhouette, the use of color, whether it's blocked or homogeneous or one hit of color in a whole outfit. Things like aesthetic properties, whether something is more delicate or romantic versus something that feels a little bit more rougher and rock and roll. These are literally all of the things in an outfit and fashion distilled down into their most basic property. And when we start to see fashion and clothes and outfit from this lens, from the lens of texture, proportion, silhouette, and shape, then clothes become tools instead of just old stuff that you get bored of easily. So when we apply this concept of elements of style to building an outfit formula, so for example, where jeans plus a shirt plus a belt equals spring outfit formula, it becomes instead something like a little concoction where there is a secret sauce where you can mix and match all of these different elements and combine them in different ratios and adjust the amount of each element until you end up with an outfit that feels right for you. It's literally like making pasta sauce and you're adjusting the ingredients and the ratios until you get something that you like. How do we even do this? Where do we even start? For a lot of us, it's hard to build personal style or a really good outfit out of nowhere. And I still find it can be challenging at times. So we start by copying. Yohji Yamamoto said, this is one of my favorite quotes, start copying what you love. Copy, copy, copy. At the end of the copy, you will find yourself. And I don't mean carbon copying, and I don't mean seeing an outfit or an item on TikTok and then just going out and buying the whole outfit. That rarely gives us the result we want. And it's because we haven't figured out what elements we like about the outfit and how to bring ourselves into it. And we haven't mixed and matched them in a way that suits us or our personal style. So this is where using these elements to build an outfit formula can give you so much flexibility. But let's start by copying. I'm gonna give you an example. It's a lot like reverse engineering an outfit. It's like taking apart a radio to figure out how it works and then put it back together again. We do the same thing with an outfit. And if you wanna see this in real time with real people and different body types and styles, then I am hosting a live digital event where you're not on camera. You can just chill and watch, but it's very participatory. Like it's a lot of fun because I think that's how you learn, is getting to apply these things. And we have inspiration outfits. We break them down into these elements, and I help these two guests style and shop their closets using their elements of style. So we can really see how these inspiration looks can be personalized and how we can figure out what elements we like. It's a lot of fun and a really great practice for learning how to do this yourself. I also have an entire playlist dedicated to shopping your closet for inspiration outfits, so I will leave that up here for you as well and in the description box if the event isn't your jam. But of course, if it is, that's going to be in the description box for you below too. Let's take this example and break it down first as we would a traditional outfit formula equation. I chose this photo. I love this look. I see like a very cool, relaxed, minimal aesthetic. Still got a little bit of like modernism to it, but it's still so interesting. There's a little bit of drama there. So if we were to break this down in the traditional outfit formula as we know it, we would look at this and say, okay, the base is black trousers, white shirt. There is one long neutral layer and it's fur or faux fur. And the accessories are a brown top handle bag, black boots, and sunnies. Fairly simple, right? But when we look at this breakdown, if we were to just look at this list of things, of items, it doesn't really tell us about the vibe of the look. It doesn't tell us about the energy that she's giving. It doesn't speak to that cool, minimalist, but like interesting vibe. We can't get a read on this person's personality or what they're trying to say in the current moment from this list of clothes. So if we were to create this formula from the lens of elements of style instead, this is what it would look like. Strong contrast, that's coming from the black and white trousers. Pretty general, right? This is almost like zooming out, even though elements are kind of getting down to the most basic elements. Structured, tailored, menswear inspired separates. That comes from the trousers and the shirt. So that has a lot to do with the structure and the silhouette, the shape of what she's wearing. Dramatic proportions. That's from the kind of long and slightly oversized coat. We've got dramatic texture, right? The wools and the cottons of the shirt, but then we've got this fuzzy, interesting texture and relaxed styling. The coat's open, the buttons are undone, the sleeves are long, the shirt isn't super stiffly tucked in, and the fit of the trouser and the shirt is pretty relaxed and slouchy. So now instead, all of a sudden, we can identify of this list elements that we like or don't like. It's kind of hard to have strong feelings about a pair of black trousers. Like, I don't know, they're black, like that's so benign. Whether you like them or not, it doesn't matter. When we hear black trouser, we think, oh God, yes, everyone has to have these in their closet. But like, do you? Not so much. Strong contrast between two colors, between two neutrals, 100%, that appeals to me. Or not. Maybe you're like, no thanks. I like the structure and the silhouette, but I don't want that strong contrast. So hopefully this helps you see the difference. Even though breaking out this outfit and developing this formula this way feels maybe a little bit more ambiguous, but it does definitely help us translate our clothes into a feeling that we want to express. We can easily identify that the playfulness, the coolness of this look is coming from the dramatic proportions, the way things are styled, that really cool texture. That's the personality. That's where it's coming from. It's not because she has like a specific bag or a specific pair of trousers or even that coat. So let's continue this example and apply this new formula to my closet. Bear with me. I have a limited travel capsule right now, so it's really small, but we're gonna work with it. Like, this is literally why we do these things. So if we now look at this formula that is made up of elements of style rather than items of clothing, me personally, I'm gonna pull out and prioritize the ones that I like the most. So first of all, I'm a huge texture person. I love playing with texture, probably because a lot of my closet is neutral, so texture is really how I go about adding personality. I want the dramatic texture to be the star of my look. It's a big piece. So I'm gonna start my look by knowing that I wanna use my vintage suede coat. For me, that's kind of the star. My next preference is these dramatic proportions, but instead of having a long coat, a long, slightly oversized coat with a long trouser, I really love the dramatic proportion play of a long coat over a super short hemline. In this case, because my coat isn't like that cocoon silhouette, it's not big and oversized, so it's actually quite fitted and cuts like a very fitted, tailored silhouette. So for me, the drama is gonna come from the different hemlines. So with this, I know I'm gonna wear my mini skirt, and I actually think these two things go together so well. Next up, I love a little bit of that masculin féminin, and I liked this inspiration look for that masculine kind of play in the first place, you know, the menswear tailoring. But I'm not really feeling like the high contrast. I could use my white button up for the sake of using a white button up here, and it actually looks fine. I would probably wear this in another setting maybe if I wasn't also wanting to have a look that felt more relaxed. The other piece that really appealed to me about this look, the other element, was that sense of like casual, relaxed. And I'm not getting that with my coat. It's really structured and tailored. I'm not getting that from my skirt. And a button down will feel still, I think, a little bit too dressy. So I'm gonna swap it out for this gray crew neck sweater. Still kind of got a menswear vibe, like it's just a typical soft crew. I also like that it's gray and not the stark white. I personally don't want that one piece of bright white standing out against a whole dark look. So again, I'm allowing the coat and the texture and the dramatic proportions to be the star of the show because that's my personal preference. Finally, I'm gonna finish this off with my high boot. It's pretty sleek. It works with the rest of this look. I'll add my purse here, and it's got a great like half slouchy, half structured silhouette. So it's not really adding or taking away from this outfit, which is why I like it so much. And neither do the boots, to be honest. They fit in with the rest of the color palette. They're sleek. They add a little bit of that interesting proportion play with the high hemline. I'm also gonna wear tights because it's still winter. I'm being realistic. I don't think there's really a situation where I would be cold enough to wear a huge suede coat, but then warm enough to not wear tights. And we are nothing if not realistic and just honest on this channel. So here's the look that I created. And if we were to put it beside the inspiration photo, we probably couldn't draw a lot of parallel lines between the two, but this has allowed me to come up with a pretty solid formula that I can repeat with a lot of variation using what I already have in my closet. So for example, I would say the dramatic and interesting texture, big part of this outfit formula, dramatic proportions, and I would say mixing 1 part casual with 2 parts, let's say elevated or chic. Keeping those elements in mind, you know, the mix of aesthetic between the slouchy casual sweater with everything else feeling like really fitted and a bit more dressy, plus keeping the textures in mind, keeping the dramatic proportions in mind. This will allow me to come up with a couple of other different outfits just by using those elements. If you liked what we did here today and you like this concept of elements of style, you can watch my playlist, which is 100% free. I've been talking about this concept for like almost 10 years. So there's almost 100 videos dedicated to this subject in that playlist. If you want to really understand these concepts at a very almost technical level, the course is a really good option. And finally, if you want to see it in action and you also just want to have like a really fun Saturday afternoon playing dress up in someone else's closet with me and some really cool people, then the event is also at your disposal. I really hope that you liked this video. Let me know if you did. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, or even if you just learned something new, let me know what it was that you learned in the comments below. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for caring about slow fashion, and I will see you in the next slow fashion video. Ciao.